What up, YouTube? This is GeoStealth R1, and I'd like to talk about the XO-1 project that I pretty much haven't worked with in a while. As you guys well may know, who's ever watched my YouTube channel, I've owned two XO-1s, and I ended up getting rid of one of my XO-1s to acquire a brand new Emax. Now, the pros and cons of me doing that was, A, the Traxxas XO-1 price drop was right at the same time that I was going to get an Emax. So the Emax in actuality was worth more money. So I ended up, making out on the deal to get the Emax and getting rid of my XO-1. But that was my original XO-1 that was all customized. And then when I started looking at this XO-1 that I had, I'm like, oh my god, I don't have all the customizations that initially my original XO-1 had. So I went in the drawing board and said, alright, what am I missing? So I went to my hobby shop, and then I ended up getting these aluminum shocks, well, the blue version, and I had to buy a whole new set of these, which was kind of annoying, but it matched up well with the RC. So I said, you know what? Let me go get them. If you want to know what the model number is, it's 5467A. Now, if you've seen my original XO-1 videos, you know I already acquired these, so now I have to put those on again. Now, people ask me what type of shock oil do I utilize for the original XO-1, and what I was utilizing is the 90 weight, and which was cool, but I said, you know what, let me get something a little bit more stiffer, because I am throwing the XL2 ESC in this, and I'm going to go with the Kershaw design mount. Also, I'm going with another company, which hopefully I'd be able to install very, very soon, and I'm not too sure. Aha! And this is from my peoples at High Gear RC. Now, if you're wondering what this in actuality is a plate for me to, once I disassemble and disconnect everything from my when I disconnect my ESC, this is the mount for the XL2. So hopefully I'm going to be able to install that soon as possible. If you are interested in acquiring that type of mount, just check out eBay. Just look for, I would say, type in ESC mount for XO1, and it should be able to pop up there. Relatively really inexpensive price. So my opinion, go ahead and go for it. Now, back to my shock oil. So I ended up going with 100 weight, which is right here, and kind of stiffens it a little bit more up. So hopefully I can get that. Hopefully it will help it. I'm not too sure. I think originally it comes with 50 weight in the XO1. I'm not. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty stiffer than than you would get on a Rustler, which is probably like 30 or 35 weight. So I'm going with the 100 weight this time, and which will definitely be cool for me to do that. Also, I am painting a brand new body on this. I'm probably going to go with a black XO1 with yellow Castle decals. I'm not too sure. We'll see how it goes. Another thing that I'm acquiring for this XO1 that I did not have on my original XO1 is these sway bar kit, which is pretty awesome. It recently came out. Not recent, I would say 2 months ago it came out. So definitely good additive buy for you to go into your XO1 if you do acquire one. This number is 6498. I'm not one to show you guys how to install this. I pretty much show you what I get. I install it. I ask you what you think, and we'll see what we do from that point on. Anyway, I'm gonna come across, start installing these guys out. I'll give you close-ups of what it looks like. Another thing that I had to install just recently was I had to raise my batteries, because I'm going to be running two 14 volt batteries, which is going to be 8 cells, which that's primarily what I had on my old XO1, and I did not have on this XO1. So I had to look at that and acquire that as soon as possible. I would think I'm one of the first people that got the original XO1. Let me see if I can pull it up over here. Yeah, I think I do. I was one of the first guys to acquire the original XO-1 screw kits, but I don't have enough screws. I mean, I have a whole bunch of RC screws, but I do not have another kit. So now I have to go and acquire another kit for my XO-1. Hopefully I'll get it sooner than later, but I need to get another one that in actuality was on another customized RC that I gave away, like I said before. Not gave away, but traded up. So that's the initial updates I'm going to do with this right now. Let me start getting cracking on this, and then I'll come back with the final visual thought. All right. Alrighty. So now I finally installed everything. I ended up going with the much stiffer sway bar. These are not as stiff. I ended up going with the black ones, and I changed out all my shock bodies. I think, yeah, shock bodies, and I think it came out pretty nice. I mean, I've had it before, but as you can see, they're over there already. Just in quick detail, just the little things. Here is the initial install on the sway bar, and that's on the front. Pretty easy installation. A few screws had to go in here to lock everything in. 2 screws right here, and then ended up going into the arm. But relatively easy. This one is pretty easy as well. I had to disassemble the whole back and just run 2 screws right there, and it was pretty much much easier doing this side than the front. The painstaking part of it was doing these shocks, so I really can't complain. Personally, that was a pretty easy installation for me. I took a little bit of my time as I was watching football, and I'm gonna be doing more and more upgrades on this RC because I'm stopping out on a lot of other of my projects. So hopefully that was a good tip on if you do own an XO-1 to acquire a sway bar kit. Do I think you need it? Well, I've always run my XO-1 without a sway bar kit, so just for the fact that they actually released this a while ago and I didn't pick it up is definitely a good additive piece to put on to your XO-1 because you are doing high rated speeds. I'm not saying it's to me it just stiffens up the drive. So if you want to get one, get one. If you don't, I mean, I got mine for, I guess Elwood sold it to me for 26, maybe 24. You could probably get it cheaper. Not too sure, maybe out there, but definitely good. Something good to have. I am gonna update a few more things on this RC. I am taking out the servo, and I'm throwing in a Savox servo, one of their high-end ones. I think it goes for like $100 something. So I am gonna change the Savox servo. Other things that I'm going in, like I said before, I'm gonna get the Kershaw designs, which in actuality raises pretty much. I'm able to put a bigger pinion. Which the cool part is, in my possession. Give me 1 second. I wasn't even expecting to do this. I already have a 38 tooth pinion, Mod 1. So I'm getting ready little by little. Hopefully I can get this this RC up and running. I'm sorry it's taken a long time. I've done a lot of other projects since I ended up conceptually telling you guys what I'm planning to do with this RC. So hopefully I can do more and more videos and have this thing up and running, and then we could do a few speed runs. I'm sure you've seen a lot of other people do above 140 with this RC. Much props to them. I'm gonna go take a little bit more time on this RC than anything. This is one of my baby projects that I like to do on the side, and now that they opened up my runway again since Hurricane Sandy, now I'm able to do speed runs with my fast RCs. So hopefully you'll be seeing more and more videos banged out. I think the next video I'm going to do is the installation of the ESC plate and the XL2 ESC. So hopefully keep tuned in for that. Rate, comment, subscribe, and to all my fellas up in YouTube. Later.